As with most of the early revival work of the Golden Dawn system, the Book of Sacred Magic later proved to be flawed. From the start, the French manuscript used by Mathers was incomplete. Some important instructions were missing, and more than half of the magic squares were unfinished. Stephen Guth translated the Book of Abramelin in 2006 from German manuscripts, antiquating the French one. Great lengths were also taken in the verification of Abraham the Jew, both his biographical and geographical renderings. Some scholars have confused the identity of the author of the text, who is Abraham, with that of his mentor or instructor, Abramelin. Abramelin may be a magical or religious name. Abraham attributes all of the true holy magic that he learned in his life to the wisest of mentors that he had found in all of the lands, Abramelin. Now, from that edition, the Book of Abramelin, we will read from the foreword, something forewords and introductions often being left out by most students in their studies. This is a foreword from the IBIS edition, the only decent edition of the book that we have available. As a young student of the Western mysteries, I was thoroughly enchanted by stories of the celebrated magicians of the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn. The dramatis personae of this modern myth could not have been more colorful. The dashing young Irish poet William Butler Yeats, the beautiful actress Florence Farr, the fabulous wealthy tea heiress Anne Horniman, the brilliant magus MacGregor Mathers, and let's not forget the devilishly naughty Aleister Crowley. As backdrop to this tale, what more romantic milieu could we ask than the Holmes and Watson-esque world of late Victorian London, here in the fog-shrouded capital of the empire upon which the sun never set, at a moment in time when the Industrial Revolution, Darwin, and Marx were eroding the tired soil of 2,000 years of human history and hurling the world forward into uncertainty. These modern merlyns were occupying their free evenings plunging backward into the distant mythological past on a quest for illumination and magical power. An important cast member of this drama, however, was not a person but a book, an ancient book of magic, penned in German between 1387 and 1427 by a German Jew known as Abraham of Worms. Originally titled Buch Abramelin, a 1750 French translation of the text rested virtually undisturbed in the Bibliothèque de l'Arsenal in Paris until 1893, when it was translated into English by none other than Samuel L. MacGregor Mathers, who subsequently published his translation in England as The Book of Sacred Magic of Abramelin the Mage, as delivered by Abraham the Jew unto his son Lamech, a grimoire of the 15th century. This book would have a profound impact on the world of Western occultism and elevate the oft-degenerated art of spirit evocation to a status equal to the spiritual sciences of the East. The feature that sets the sacred magic apart from contemporary grimoires, some of which oblige would-be magicians to embark upon scavenger hunts for bat blood and body parts of exotic amphibians, is a doctrine that states that in order to wield godlike magical power, the magician must actually be possessed of godlike virtues of character. This is not to argue that it is impossible for reprobate magicians, by memorizing and following certain recipes or formulaic magic, to temporarily bamboozle the unredeemed spirits to obedience, but is a tenuous ability at best. First of all, enlightened magi are not possessed of sufficient clarity of vision to determine whether or not their desires and actions are in harmony with their own best interests. Second, the spirits invariably ferret out the chinks in the moral armor of the magician and amplify and exploit these weaknesses in order to extricate themselves from the magician's control. On the other hand, the magician who has gained a significant level of spiritual illumination and self-realization is qualified, by virtue of who he or she is, to safely summon and wisely command these spirits and put their potentially dangerous powers to use toward more noble ends. While portions of Abramelin's books are indeed concerned with classic formulae, recipes, and magic squares, he makes it clear that these devices are tools to be used only after the magician has undergone a profound and personal spiritual transfiguration. The centerpiece of the book deals with this transcendent experience, outlining in exact detail a step-by-step procedure whereby the magician, after months of purification, fasting, and intense prayer, attains communion with a transcendent spiritual being referred to as the Holy Guardian Angel. The exact nature of the Holy Guardian Angel defies proper definition. The book makes it clear, however, it is a divine entity, uniquely linked to each individual, in essence the magician's spiritual soulmate, personal. Another way of looking at this relationship would be for us to consider the magician as being spiritually incomplete as a human unit until united with the Holy Guardian Angel, or to consider the Holy Guardian Angel as being a spiritually incomplete angelic unit until it has become one with the magician. The concept of a personal spiritual or angelic guardian who must be acknowledged or placated before one begins to operate is nothing new to the traditions of Western magic. The concept of the Holy Guardian Angel, as presented in the Abramelin operation, however, goes beyond an obligatory toast to the good angels or a quick prayer for God's blessing before conjuring demons. The lengthy and increasingly intense preparation ceremony is a serious and arduous regimen that ruthlessly pushes the magician month by month toward a single-pointed passion for the angel. The operation is crowned by a supreme invocation and ecstatic consummation of divine marriage. Students of Eastern mysticism will at once recognize this part of the ceremony as similar to that of other yogis who achieve ecstatic union with his or her deity by means of focused love and devotion. The Abramelin process or operation does not stop here. In order for the magician's consciousness to be a worthy echelon of the divine, it must thoroughly reflect not only the highest heavens, but also the lowest hells.